wait, now I'm seeing this. The striker's coming in. And then watch, Zemo's still got the Fury. And so he's hitting for 140. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, Zemo is he's being fixed, all right? I've skimmed this post. I want to read this with you, and I definitely want your thoughts. Kabam is providing some visual evidence that makes me think he's maybe even slightly getting buffed, but I think there's some big news here. I want to start off with this bullet point right now. Baron Zemo looks good in purple. Totally unnecessary to add unless he's coming to the Titan. So I want to be clear right now. Also, these changes are going live for August 5th. The Titan crystal will turn over in September. Come on, Kabam. If you are messing with me right now, Baron Zemo's coming back. Cabro is coming back. We're going to have some fun mocking. But here's the big thing, and here's the full post on it. I'm sure this is going to make a lot of sense, but Kabam did add a too long didn't read section. We're going to go over that, and then we're going to watch that video. Anywhere that synergies are active, Zemo's opponents will deal less damage against him their special attacks. I think that ends up being an oddly written sentence. Anywhere that synergies are active, Zemo's opponents will deal less damage against him, probably via their special attacks. That sounds like a good thing. That sounds like a bug fix, which I'm happy about. Bullet point 2, against opponents who are bleed immune and rooted, which is something that Zemo can often find him out. I've always kind of had a suspicion that the reason we haven't seen 7-star Zemo yet is literally because of Photon, where they're like, we don't want her dying that fast. And root, so this would happen against Photon. Zemo will now correctly gain Furies after the final hit of his SB1, shifting the big hit from the SB1 to whatever his next attack is. That on its face is, I'm like, okay, I'm open-minded on that. He could come in and hit with his next medium, which should do significant damage. Against all opponents who don't trigger multiple instances of immunity or purify all at once, Zemo's Furies will continue to work the same way. Cool. I think that's cool that they added that. I don't know. These changes will go live. We already went over that. We feel it's important to fix these bugs due to the high impact and lack of clear interaction they can have with other mechanics throughout the game. For the second bug in particular, it effectively resulted in instant buffs, which intentionally don't exist and can lead to unintuitive or frustrating interactions or lack thereof. Like how only post-fix can he leverage his Furies in combination with the strike. Okay. Yeah, I had some feelings this was coming, not only Zemo, but with the striker changes. If you really watch some of the live streams and some things like that, you can catch in on some of the language they use. So let's go ahead and see this video here. I assume this is of, see below for a sneak peek of what we're talking about. First thing I want to point out is that I'm noticing the green on that striker. I think that is going to be the new stat cast, which I am very, very excited about. So let's see what's happening. So this is a bleed immune champion here in Photon. She's obviously rooted, and that last hit is doing a massive amount of damage. So the 16k crit, he's got the 7 Furies. My good God, did you see the 118? Look at this. I wish I could slow this down for you. I don't believe there's any way for me to do it. I apologize. We're going to watch this a few times. I think what I'm seeing here is Kabam has made this change. They're calling it a bug fix. I can see that. I'm not going to argue that too hard right now. It's existed quite a long time in the game. I'm going to save my giving them a tough time, my busting their balls for another video here. But because right now, I'm seeing that what I'm seeing is the striker doing what appears to be 240,000 damage. Let's see this. I think I'm seeing 118, 118, 118, and then 30. I'm no mathematician, but that sounds like 240 plus 30 is, I'm seeing this 270,000 damage. So if you can root an opponent, and then remember, Zemo gets those Furies when someone is immune to what he's doing. He's trying to apply those bleeds, and Photon is immune to them. He is absolutely crushing this. So I will fully admit in the transparency with you all, I have never been an advanced Zemo player. He's a champion that has always been interesting to me. I literally got Zemo gated in Necropolis. I did the video on it. For those of you who don't know what that was, we weren't playing the game at that time. I tried to use him. I saw Karate Mike using him, and it looked like so much fun. Like many of Karate Mike's things, it looks like a really good time. And then I go and try to do it myself to only find out apparently I am not as good at this game as Karate Mike is. And I got all the way to the Airwalker fight, and I couldn't get it done, so I had to back out and have some fun calling it Zemo gated. I really do like this champion. He's full of utility, unique play style, a lot of skill expression, and him being it's like a really cool mechanic as far as getting those Furies when he's facing a champion who is immune to his big damage source. It's a really nice way around it. You know, Koya is doing it with the shock and the bleeds there. But this is looking cool because, again, with strikers and what they can do, you are able to save your striker and utilize it for massive damage. The one potential downside I'm seeing is, what if you needed to use your striker at a different point in the fight? So I think this is probably going to require a lot of adjustments for players who were experienced Zemo players. I'm just going to look through the rest of this post, see if there's anything that's really standing out to me. The first bug, oh, so this is that first part about taking less damage. Thunderbolts gain 3% perfect block and take 5% less damage from special attacks for each Thunderbolt on the team. These bonuses are doubled in fighting. The notable bug with the synergy is that 5% less damage is actually resulting in 5% more damage. I want to pull up the other Thunderbolts that are on the squad here. Let's go to Khonshu's Ankh and champions, and so here's a list of all the other champions that have the Thunderbolt tag. As an America Chavez fan, I am very happy about this. Red Guardian, which cool. I mean, I realize, again, movies and comics, this makes sense, but that is very, very cool. And then Photon herself, that is a vicious, vicious team you can put together there. Obviously, we're seeing Juggernaut as well. I will admit, I don't believe I've paid much attention to these synergies before. So that is pretty cool. I like the idea of taking less damage, not more. And then the other hit is when the opponent purifies a debuff or is immune to an effect, Zemo gains a Fury buff, increasing attack rating. Okay. Obviously, I'll leave the link to the post up in case you guys want to do a really detailed read through these. They tend to get pretty detailed with this sort of stuff. And for me, I'm more interested in the okay, what does it mean? What's actually going to happen? I'm seeing these big numbers. Obviously, the relic is critting there. So if he's not critting, you're seeing that's damage is about 31,000, 30,000. So if you multiply it by 3, that's still 90,000 damage. So that's working out pretty well. And if you figure about a 30% maybe crit rate with masteries and stuff like that, getting 1 crit is going to happen. And obviously they're showing 2. You let me know, though. If you're an advanced Zemo player, you let me know. Does this feel like a nerf, a buff, or is this truly just a bug fix? And if utilizing your striker or utilizing that big next hit from Zemo, you're going to get some serious damage in. You let me know. Thank you so much for... Actually, wait, now I'm seeing this. The striker's coming in. And then watch, Zemo's still got the Fury, and so he's hitting for 140. So even if the striker doesn't crit, if you Zemo do, 141,000, which is a lot. You let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.